everybody needs a cash cannon. Because basically the cash cannon is more than anything. Actually, it just makes a big friggin' mess. But for me, LinkedIn has been my cash cannon. And by the way, this is like one of my favorite toys. I just wanted an excuse really to use it more than anything. Now I gotta clean this mess up, of course, but Michael Devellano from Cloud Advisory, and I spoke yesterday about how I use LinkedIn basically to successfully connect myself and now clients with ideal prospects every day. And what I wanted to do today was I just wanted to give you an idea of how I target on LinkedIn. So, yesterday I talked about what my favorite things about LinkedIn are, and one of them I mentioned was the profile. And the profile I like because when I invite someone to connect, they can look at my profile and make a decision whether to connect with me or not. I also like the profile because it allows LinkedIn to collect data about people, and that data is searchable. So why that's important is because what I want to do is I want to find a volume of my ideal prospects on LinkedIn. And so the first step to do that is to really get specific, is really to break down who it is that I want to connect with every day. And I start with like kind of an ideal client profile to do that. And what that does basically is, I can get real specific around a bunch of parameters. Now, first thing you got to know is if you've been using LinkedIn, there's 3 ways that LinkedIn has been productized. And those are basically subscription-based products that you can, upgrade to in LinkedIn. The first that you may have seen is called Premium. And if you've ever tried to search on LinkedIn in the regular interface, you probably know that it gets really weird results sometimes. Like you can even search for a specific person in a specific company, it doesn't give you the right result back. And then what Premium does, in my opinion, is it lets you upgrade, pay extra money to get more of that crummy search. So I always tell my clients I don't think that Premium's worth the money. Well, we want to spend our money on something else. They also have a productization around recruiting. So if you're a recruiter or you're looking to hire people, that's a tool that lets you basically search for people and find them and connect with them around hiring people for jobs or roles. What we want is sales. So we want Sales Navigator. So if you've never used Sales Navigator before, it's like $80 a month plus tax. So 80 to 80, I think I pay $88 a month for Sales Navigator. And why it's really important is one thing. It gives you a bunch of features, but the only feature that I really am that worried about is this. It's the sales specific, the advanced sales specific search tool. Lots of S's in there. What that does is it exposes these and other criteria that I can search by and build a saved search. So when I look at my ideal client profile, I want to get really, really specific around geography, industry, the company size sometimes, right? I might want smaller companies as opposed to enterprise. The role of the type of person that I'm connecting with. So are they in sales? Are they in marketing? Are they in human resources? Are they in finance, etc.? The seniority, so some of the parameters that are in there, for example, are partner, owner, C-level, like CEO, CFO, etc. V-level, like vice president, and then D-level, and then there's a bunch underneath. But generally, I'm going for the higher levels in most of my funnels. Years in role is an example of another parameter that you can use. I don't always use it, but that maybe you only want people that are new in role, or that are under 3 or 4 years in role, or maybe you want people that have owned a business for a long time. So you could go years in role for a partner or owner. You might also do years in business to find the age of the company itself. The other thing to note about that advanced sales tool that comes up is there's Boolean search. And what that is I can put not. So I can put a negative and exclude certain types of results. So I've had in some funnels, what I've done is I'll target, but I'll exclude like a certain title, or I'll exclude a certain industry, or I'll exclude sometimes a specific company actually. So I say not, this company name. And that way, if I have a client already, for example, that's in a particular account, and I don't want my cold outreach to include them, then I can exclude that entire company, for example. So that's really how I build useful saved searches, and what that to me is a funnel. And what I'm looking for is multiples of 1,000 within a given funnel. I'll explain to you another day why, but essentially I'm looking for, is there 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 10,000 within my search criteria. What that gives me is basically a group of people that match my ideal client profile that I can then systematically start reaching out to. I don't want to keep this too long. What do? Have you used Sales Navigator before? Do you have questions about this? Do you have another method of building advanced search? Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to have another video next week. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the 3 tools that I use on LinkedIn that unlock the value of all this data. I've talked about one of them. I'll go into a little bit more detail about what that is, and then I'll tell you about 2 other tools that are pretty useful. Have a great weekend. If you have questions, drop a message below.